Hello and welcome to the quality of life update for Foundation. This is an update that if you've been playing Foundation for a long time will make your life much easier and hopefully have even more fun. This video is sponsored by Foundation and the developers Polymorph Games, and the official launch date for the quality of life update comes out November 26th. So be sure to hit that update button and get back into one of your favorite games, Foundation. Before we start building the ultimate Foundation kingdom, let's quickly go over some of the updates that are coming to the game. They have massively improved the monument editing tools. Players can now remove the entire monuments as a whole, selecting and repositioning all parts from different sub-buildings, including unattached ones. There is a new part placement tool. Swap out similar parts like doors, rooms, or walls on the fly while keeping their original functions. There is also gate snapping and fortifications. Walls and fences are now unified and featured snapping gates for seamless construction. Walls can also be flipped easily with a new flip button, making fortification design easier and faster than ever before. There's also new visibility layers, toggle new views to better manage your city, track traders, visitors, patrol coverage, housing downgrades, and more. There's also improved patrols, so patrols are now smarter, more efficient, and visually clearer. There's also new building parts and visuals. This is what I'm particularly excited about. There's third tier housing shapes and visuals for more organic neighborhoods, windmill storage add-ons, new stone bridge gates and parts, and there's also been a belfry visual overhaul for improved detail. Customizable monastery roofs to match city aesthetics, and there's also been a complete outfit overhaul of the entire game. There's 130 brand new outfits for your villagers, 70 fully updated existing ones, and 90 plus matching portraits for every job, gender, and envoy. They've also added other notable improvements, such as new free time locations for villagers, adding variety to their leisure activities. Sheep now have idle eating animations, which is amazing. Gotta love your sheep. Improved building feedback, tooltips, and window behavior. Updated visuals for the monastery, keep, belfry, and windmill. Shift, click building improvements, and clear construction messages. Guys, this quality of life update is absolutely incredible. I'm going to get into this and show it off to you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe. There's going to be more Foundation coming your way, and click that like button. Let's try and get this one to 800 likes to lock the next one. I definitely want to keep posting this game. It has a special place in my heart now. I've definitely had a lot of fun. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, we have arrived in our brand new map. Look at these lakes here. Honestly, there's tons of options for us. Something that's caught my eye is this region here. It's right in between the two lakes, so we might have some fishing opportunities, lots of trees to cut down, and obviously the aesthetic of building right next to the big, beautiful blue ocean here. So I think I want to start in this region here. Let's get started here. So let's go with a village center, obviously. Let's go with, honestly, kind of building in this area might be kind of nice. But I think our village center could probably go right there. Let's go ahead and build that. Here's our little people, ready for lots of great work. Let's get started with a couple of building opportunities here. So building workshop, we'll definitely need to get that going. That'll probably need to go kind of where we're going to chop down some trees, and all we can really do is these right now. So I suppose this could probably go, we could probably put our workshop maybe even right over here. I feel like that might be a good spot for that. Market, forester's camp. We could probably also get maybe a lumber camp started here. So this could probably go over here, out of sight, out of mind. And we definitely want to keep the aesthetic up here. So let's kind of put that off to the side. Let's go ahead and build our lumber camp. And then we'll also need a sawmill. This could probably go, maybe kind of just, that would look pretty good, kind of just like right off of that, honestly. Let's go ahead and build that. And we also have a couple other things we can get here. So stonecutter camp, might be nice to get that up and running. Let's start collecting some berries, because obviously gotta feed our people. Lots of berries over here. So I could probably have one maybe kind of, honestly, I love games like this. Like, it's just so cozy. It's got a character. Like, look at this guy. You just love this guy. You just want to give him a hug, give him a high five, learn his name, become friends, best friends if anything. Let's get some workers on there. It definitely reminds me of like town to city / tiny glade mixed with manor lords kind of a little bit. It's definitely a cool little vibe here. As far as our well, we could probably have this You know what, maybe kind of just right by our flowers there. Might be kind of nice. Let's kind of just put that there. We also have lots of painting opportunities here, like you can paint your residential houses, which we will obviously need to get going with. Wood cutting, so let's actually get our wood cutting designated. We could probably just take out these trees for now, because I kind of want to leave some of these just to kind of keep everything nice and cozy and protected. As far as our houses, we could probably start getting some, maybe kind of right along our flower beds here. And probably just some in this general area to start. Maybe even one kind of facing that way. So let's kind of just start with that. And we also need to get a couple other things, like we can get our rustic church. We have our well stone cutting camp we could probably get, which is just over here. So I might as well just kind of tuck that in. Maybe right there. And I can start collecting some stone. Let's get a worker on our lumber camp so we can start chopping down some trees. And we've even had some people move in, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah, we definitely need to get some lumber going so we can build those houses, which they've already kind of started on. We also have a little market area that we could get set up here. So we got a rustic market tent, and obviously just our food stalls. Yeah, all this looks pretty sweet actually. Food signs, we'll definitely mess around with that. But first, we definitely need to get some houses built up here. Gotta get our berries under control. So let's maybe even get, I mean, we have 10 unassigned workers. And we even just got 2 there. I think it might be a good idea. So we have our workshop, maybe even a forester's camp. I could probably plant some trees in this area. I think that might be a good idea. So let's maybe get our forester's camp. Where's the front of this thing? Probably just put it maybe right there. And the other thing I love about this game is they make their own natural paths. Like you see how this is just barely beaten down here? Over time, that will get more and more. So you don't even have to actually put your paths down. It's just so cool. Honestly, I'm loving this game so far. We could probably place our church. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. And in fact, we could maybe even, let's put another worker on there. And we need to kind of focus on building some other things first. But we will also need to sell some stuff pretty soon. So we could probably put this maybe even right there. And with that, you can actually click on that now. And you can put a little tent over top. So you can get your nice blue one, a green one. I think I'm going to go with a nice red market tent. And you literally just grab it, hover over top, place it down, and Bob's your uncle. And as far as where I'd like to get my church, oh my gosh. You can like customize it. This is so cool. So rustic thatched nave major. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you can literally just like build anything you want. We're gonna have to mess around with that a little bit. You can place your own custom door. Okay, that's cool. We're definitely going to mess around with that. We need to get some firewood first of all. And since we're starting over here, I don't think we have access to the water here yet. But what we can do is let's go to our progression. We have some common stuff we can get. Like we'll obviously need to get our storage, which we might actually get now. Labor, kingdom, clergy. So these are all separate. Oh, this is so cool. So we can get a monastery. We can get a couple other things. Yeah, village fences, that would actually be cool. Control movements around your land. Let's maybe get that as well. And what the heck, maybe our fishing. Let's see if we can get some fishing done. So we should have some new buildings here. So we got a fisherman's hut. We're outside of the territory, unfortunately. So we will have to wait. As far as our fences, we can kind of separate this stuff. So we got our logistics. We got a warehouse, a granary, and I suppose we could even get our granary set up here. I think a granary might look kind of good, like right in here. I don't want to demolish that little bush or anything. What's the front of this? I'm having trouble figuring out what the front. Let's maybe just get that right there. We can get our granary set up. We also need to get our warehouse. Now that could probably go maybe just along here. I could probably have the front of this Maybe just kind of right along there. Nice and central, so everything can deliver everything efficiently. So let's go ahead and get our stonecutter camp going. We are slowly building things up here. This is looking amazing. It also might be a pretty good idea to maybe get another... Where is our little berry hut here? This is all of our food. We get our fisherman hut, our gathering camp, so we could probably even get another one of these. I don't necessarily want to put it right next. Let's maybe put it... Can I tuck it kind of in there? Obviously, we're going to be chopping down all these trees. I don't want to chop down those berries. Let's maybe get this right there, if we can. Then they can kind of take from all of those berries. Okay, that's awesome. I think also what I might want to do, let's maybe go to all. It seems a little bit easier. I would like to get another lumber camp because I think we're going to need quite a bit of wood here. So let's get another one of these. Obviously we're going to be planting in this area, so it might be a good idea to do that. But I think for now, let's maybe just put this maybe right there. We can get that built up, start getting some more wood, and I think we should be rocking and rolling. So we have a little bit of berries coming in, which is nice. Let's maybe set up our market stall, highest priority, and then we can get some berries attached to that. And as far as our houses, we haven't done a whole lot with our houses yet. So let's see, can we paint in... Oh, I guess we don't have all this area. I would kind of like to preserve these nice flowers that you see, but you can't have it all. I think if I could put some houses in here maybe. And then I would kind of like to keep those flowers there. I think that would look quite nice. Okay, as far as territory, we can claim other territories if we'd like. It costs nothing, which is kind of sweet. So honestly, right here, right next to our water, I could probably even get some fishing on there. Or we can go into this area. I think that would actually be a pretty good idea. And then we can expand into there. Let's purchase that territory. Okay, I love that. And now we have all of this. So I can get our food, and we should be able to get a fisherman's hut now. If we just keep a little bit outside of the water. So all this is saying, parts of the building must be in the water. So nice little tip for you guys. I guess we could put that right there. Let's maybe even angle it a little bit. Kind of just like that. Okay, now we can start producing our fish. I think that'll be awesome. And we can even start building into this area. Now, I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. Let's go to this. I guess with our painting, we can select our wood cutting, and we might as well chop down as many trees as we can here. Then we can kind of get that set up. And the other thing I want to do, let's also set this to high priority, because then we can start replanting some trees. I think that would definitely benefit us. We do have to keep an eye on our coinage here. We're at 240 out of 500, so we got to make sure we don't go too low there, and our happiness could definitely be better. So with our water, I guess we kind of just got to build up some things, and then that will make them a little bit happier. We have our granary that's going to come up pretty soon here. And our well, let's maybe set that to high priority as well. Okay, and we have lots of stone. Let's maybe even speed this up a tiny bit, just so we get some houses built. Okay, so our forester camp is now done. So let's quickly assign some workers for that. And now we can paint in where we'd like to grow some trees. So I could probably have a little bit here. I kind of want to keep a little path open just for walking around, but I could probably kind of do something like that. Maybe kind of just in and around back of this thing. And then honestly, maybe just kind of over here. And if we have to, we can take them out, but I think that'll be good. And to remove this, you just right click on your mouse and you can perfectly get that where you want it to go. I could even plant some trees right in their backyard. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. But I think that's a good little start. So I'm happy with that. We'll start getting some of that going, and happiness is climbing now. So once we get more housing, that'll definitely help with that issue. Service, so I can actually select all this. So service, everybody's got their own home. These are all our little villagers. Oh, there's little trade routes. Look at all this you can mess around with. So we're going to get onto all of this eventually. Resources, villagers, buildings. Oh, this game is actually so... Where has this been my whole life? I've only been posting Manor Lords. As much as I love Manor Lords, this game is pretty sweet. Let's get somebody on here. And then we do need to reassign, so we can do berries on this one. And we had somebody move in, which is nice. Look at that, we got some berries ready to go here. I think even having another little market stall might be nice. So I think if we put one for fish, maybe kind of just right here. And you know what? I'd kind of like to free up a little bit of space in here. I could probably have... Fish would kind of smell gross next to our well there. So let's maybe just put our market stall there. We can go ahead and build that. And then we can also edit this. I think for our fish, let's do maybe like a rustic one maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Why not? Let's build our rustic food stall just for our fish. I think that's good. We're getting lots of food. And we have quite a bit of villagers here. Happiness is climbing, which is nice. We have some rustic food now. Refined food we haven't quite done. But our housing should be taken care of pretty soon here. We also have some little fences here, which is kind of cool. Like you can literally just draw this in. If you kind of... So you can kind of just like put this in and then it just automatically bends. That's actually so cool. I don't know if I want any fences quite yet. Okay, we have a couple more villagers moving in here. And I think our fisherman hut is slowly coming up, so let's maybe even set that to high priority. Just so we can get it, because our market stall is going to be done any second now. And we also have our sawmill ready to go. Let's start making some planks. I was going to say collecting planks. We also have our warehouse. Lots of stuff that needs to be done here. Okay, that's looking awesome. Let's maybe see what else we can get here. So we could maybe unlock our bridges, which is kind of cool. And I wonder if that would unlock this. Oh no, we increase our prestige, I think. Yeah, prosperity level 4. So I think that'll come up a little bit as we progress. We can also get our monastery, which is kind of cool. So let's see what the heck that looks like. Maybe unlock that as well. We're spending all of our money at once. What is this? So new building available. Advice for building a monastery. Hearing about your interest in building a monastery, some of the faithful among your villagers would like to guide you through the first steps of its construction. Who will the monastery be accepting? So a monastery will be accepting both monks and nuns. Monks or nuns. I guess we could maybe just do both. Yeah, sure, why not? I will continue on my own. Let's maybe do monks and nuns. So, this is unbelievably cool. So we have our monastery here. We can get monk dorms. Oh my gosh, this is kind of insane. Our monastery could probably go over here. Now this is going to cost a lot of stone, which we definitely don't have. So we might have to mess around with that a little bit later. We also have some bridges we can build. Like how cool would it be to just have like a bridge going all the way down there? Oh, this game is so cool. Or if there's like a bunch of cliffs you need to bridge, or right across the entire river. Look at this map. Like it's just absolutely gorgeous. If you guys haven't played this game yet, just do it. Honestly, it's so cool. Where has this been my whole life? I keep saying that. Let's get a worker onto here. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's get, oh, we actually have some vegetables, which is kind of cool. Well, let's maybe get a fish stall. And I could probably even get another little market stall now that we have some veggies. I could probably do, I could just go right next to it, or I think our veggie stall could probably go. I'd like to even get some kind of back here as well, just so it's not the exact same thing over and over again. So let's get a little veggie stall just right there. And then I can kind of add some depth into our little market area. And then obviously we definitely need to get maybe some veggie green tent for that. I think that'll be good. And then I think what I'd like to do is we have our fences that we can throw in here. We have some hedges, we have stone fences, stone fence end. That's kind of cool, actually. Let's maybe take this, maybe just start it there. And I can kind of just take it just like that. It's so cool. I think that is where I would like that to end off. So I can build that, so that's good. And I'd like to get another one. Maybe kind of just in this area. Maybe just kind of along here. Just like this. Just leading into where it's going to be built. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once this is built, I could probably get a little fence there as well. A couple more villagers moving in here. And look at this, our granary is finally ready to go. So let's get a worker on there. And you can actually assign what resources it collects. I'm just going to get it to basically get everything. Unless I have to assign. I'm assuming they'll just kind of get everything. But let's just get some berries. I think I might have to assign this, to be honest. And some herbs. Why not? Edit this building. I don't think there's much we can really do with editing that as far as aesthetics goes, but look at this thing. This is so cool. You just saw him up there. He climbed the little ladder, delivered. Oh my gosh, this game is so cool. Yeah, this is actually pretty sweet. There's even military combat in this game. It's kind of got it all. Let's get our fisherman hut there. And I don't know what we're going to do with this. We'll probably have to build a bridge going across. And then kind of do that. Actually, I want to see. Can we get a bridge going across? We could, and then maybe build it right off of that. That would be pretty cool, actually. It's already on wooden planks there, so that would definitely work. We could probably assign some more family members in places, couldn't we? So we definitely have lots of berries everywhere. We have chopped down all of those berries. So I might even want to move this. Let's move this. I mean, obviously we have tons of berries just back here. Let's maybe put that right there. And then we have this stall in here. I might even move that. Let's quickly move our stall. Maybe kind of just like, I'd like to keep that tree if I can. Can I put it just like kind of back here? Right next to our berry bush. That's actually really nice. Let's put that there. And then we can keep collecting all of those berries. We're going to have some fish here in no time. Which we haven't quite gotten yet. But let's see. Are they fishing? Oh, here comes the haul. Here's all of our fish. We got our little fishermen out here. Oh, this game is so cool. Love that. So honestly, I could get another... Oh no, I guess I can't get another worker on there. They're producing some resources. Let's see how that looks like. He's done. He's going to come back in. Like there, he's got his little fish basket. And I think this might even be our warehouse worker. Let's see. Guthroth. What is he doing? Transporting fish to the granary. So I think he must be a granary worker. Good for him. He has chosen the correct career path. How could we get... So we definitely need more housing. Which we are building. I guess we're kind of just building everything else right now. We might have went a little bit crazy with our building. We also have a couple of other buildings that need some stuff done. So I could probably... Actually, that's kind of nice. I'm just going to get rid of all of this now. And add these trees now. We can chop down those. I'm going to leave all of these because that's obviously... We want to keep those. They're beautiful. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I would like to replant some trees. We have lots of trees in here now. Where the heck did this thing go? Let's paint this in. So let's get rid of all of this. Let's increase this. And then we can decrease it. To increase and decrease, you just hold control on your keyboard and then use your little scrolling wheel up and down. Let's plant some trees in here. Let's fill in this whole big area, and that should fill in pretty quickly. And honestly, let's just kind of do this as well. They can kind of counteract each other. I think that should be good for us. Unfortunately, it's over here, but they should be able to get over there. A little bit of steps never hurt anybody. Gotta build those calf muscles nice and strong. Okay, as far as our houses, we have beautification area. So houses need to be within a beautification area. Make sure this place decorations or buildings that provide beautification. So we need some nice beautification, I guess. So is there? We might have some beautification somewhere. As far as our stone, let's maybe even get another worker on here. Let's get another worker producing some stone here. We've already planted a ton of trees. Look at them go. Okay, we can collect some berries over here. And I think that's actually pretty good. Let's see how much space we have over here. So for residential, I would like to unlock this area if I could. So I wonder if I could go to territory. See, that second one was free. This one will cost quite a bit. And it has an upkeep of 5 per month. I'm assuming little gold pieces, little coins. So I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to take care of our money situation. And then we can start doing some trading maybe. So we're getting some fish in here. We can maybe set that higher. Yeah, this is looking awesome. Our little fence, little stone fence. It's actually pretty cool. And then we could even get another little stone fence in here. Literally, I could probably have it like right along here even. Kind of just like that. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Build that. That'll be nice and cozy. A couple more workers have moved in. Look at that. So people are happy. They want to live here, so can't really fault them. And yeah, they're planting trees in here, chopping that down. I think it's going to be important to keep this reforested. I was going to build some houses over here. I don't think I quite want to. However, we will definitely need to... Okay, yeah, we're chopping all these trees down. Maybe what we'll do is I'm going to quickly get these guys, woodcutters, to chop down these trees. Maybe just in this area. I still want to keep a little bit here. Well, let's just chop down all of those. And then we can maybe get some houses there. I was just going to build them over there, but I don't want to waste the resources. So let's maybe delete that for a second. And then they can work over there in the meantime. You know, what's nice is you don't have to click on each individual one. You just set the wood cutting and it's just done. Kind of amazing. Oh, look at this. Wood for the king. So the king is planning new outposts around the borders. One of his merchants noticed your woodcutter camps and wants to make you an offer. This sounds like a good trade, so let's discuss a better deal. We could maybe capitalize on this. We would probably lose a little bit of favor here, kingdom influence. Or we could just sell wood to the king. So for 15 days, accumulate 25 timber inside storage facilities. We currently have 0, which that should change. And then we can confirm our delivery. So let's actually do that. So we got a little bit of time here. Let's slow this down just for a quick second. So selling wood to the king. We have this. We need to assign some resources here. So we got wood. We can put cloth here, planks, all of this good stuff. Maybe stone as well. And maybe planks. I think, do we want to get maybe tools stored there? No, we don't need to. Accept, refuse, stock maximum. That's actually so cool. Okay, that's perfect. We have our sawmill here. Let's maybe get a couple more workers on there, just so we can really maximize our wood production. And then this is ready to go now. Waiting for a builder. Let's get that ready to go. And this could be our vegetable stall. Okay, that'll be awesome. As far as our granary, they are collecting all of that stuff, which is awesome. We have 2 available workers. Honestly, let's get some more berries harvested over here. Might be a good idea. And we are still building lots of houses over here, so hopefully they can get those done. Okay, a couple more people just moved in. Look at that. We can get them ready to work. Let's maybe get them on here. I could probably get somebody else producing berries. And maybe even our sawmill. Let's get another worker on there, and then we could keep one unassigned just for building some stuff. If it's anything like Manor Lords, that's kind of how that worked. Yeah, we got some fish coming in there. I might even want to get some houses just along here. Now I could just take a residential brush and literally just paint this in just like this, just along the water. I feel like that would be really cool. Let's kind of do that. Let's see if that looks nice. And they kind of build them into the trees, which is kind of neat. Definitely looks good. Let's maybe go to our research here. So we have our monastery. That's kind of ready to go. Our castle. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So sword warfare, spear warfare. So that'll probably unlock some swordsmen. And lots of different stuffs. Court of Heroes. This is sweet. So we definitely need to get to level 2 here. So we can get our clothing, our goods market improvement, stonemason hut. We can definitely get all of that taken care of, like butchering. We need that. So how can we work on getting that higher? Let's see if it'll tell us. So prosperity is a measure of your village's success, impacted by multiple factors listed on the progression screen. A high prosperity will help you unlock new content in the common path. Okay, so that's good. Wealth could come up a little bit. And we're going to get a little bit of money for all of that wood. So that's good. Beautification. Do we have any beautification? I don't know if we really do. We definitely have a lot of upkeep, so we want to make sure we keep that down. And then for our vegetables, are these producing their own vegetables? Nothing to report. What are they doing? Common resident, pave road resident, so we can kind of get all that eventually taken care of. Yeah, we're building some more houses, which is great. And would you look at that? We had another person move in. So let's get no resources to extract. Oh, interesting. We will have to do a little bit more painting. So let's do, there we go. That should make you a little bit happier. And all of this is completely empty. So now we could paint in some residential in here. And then we can make some more houses. So that'll be good. Yep, start chopping all that down. Off they go. And we got about 7 timber in here. But unfortunately, they're taking for everything else. Let's maybe stop producing planks. Because that's taking all of our wood. We need to sell some wood here. We only have 3 days left to do it, so I don't even know if we're going to be able to. Ew, could be interesting. Let's maybe get another worker there. Just to transport. Okay, this thing is ready to go. I think we're basically just waiting on some vegetables to go there. And we're building up some more houses. So let's take a look at our happiness here. So housing, that will definitely need to increase. And then service could probably go up as well. If we could get a... Oh, builder's workshop. Interesting. So where the heck is that? Where is our builder's workshop? Okay, here's our builder's workshop. Let's get a couple more workers on there. That is why we're not building stuff. That definitely makes sense. So they're not just unassigned. You have to get them on their workshop. We are now a village. So we are doing pretty good. Here comes a couple more people. Here they come. So they're going to help out with quite a bit of things. I'm excited about that. And now that we're building quite a bit more stuff, I think that should solve a lot of our issues, honestly. Let's maybe get some else, or some people, maybe another one on there. And maybe one collecting berries over there as well. I don't think we made it with that goal, unfortunately. So let's maybe start getting some planks again. And honestly, we could probably take somebody off of there. Now might be a pretty good a time, actually. We need a monastery, but we also need a church. Provides faith to the... Let's maybe get a church going here. So we could start with a... So provides faith. We need 1 room, 1 bell tower, and interior access. So that'll give us some access. I think we could probably just start with this. Where do we want this to go? Or we can have something like that. I feel like that's a nice look. And our church could probably go maybe somewhere nice and central here. Let's have our church maybe right here even. Let's kind of build it right along this area. Right next to our berries, kind of tucked in just like that. And then obviously we will need to get a couple other things, so I can literally just add these onto here. This is so cool. What is this? A thatched chapel windowed. So that would just go maybe right off the back of it even. Let's maybe do that. And then I could also get, well, you can literally just continue to build onto this thing. That is unbelievably cool. In fact, I might do that. I feel like that might look pretty cool. And then we can get some towers even attach this thing. I don't want to go too crazy, but let's obviously get our access. And then we could even get some access over here. And then I might even have to move this whole thing. Can I move? I might have to go back. So this is actually brand new. This is what comes with quality of life improvement. If I go Control A, let's go off as Control A. It selects all of this, and then I can literally just move this entire thing over. You are welcome. Thank you, game. Honestly, I could see that being a little bit annoying, but there you go. Worry no longer. And we even have some like stone things we can put up here. This is so cool. Actually, yeah, that's a nice little entrance. I might replace this for maybe a smaller little entrance here. These are all our entrance. A little thatched gate might be kind of nice. So this will be our main entrance, and this can be a little side entrance. So there we go. We're gonna have a church, and we also need to have a bell tower, which we do not have. Here's a little bell towers. I could probably have this maybe right off the back of it, or maybe just like that. That's actually a pretty cool spot. I could put it kind of integrated into it. That's actually pretty cool. Let's just put it integrated right into it, right off the side, and then that should give it, we got check marks all the way across. Now we can go ahead and build that, so whenever we get the resources, we can take care of that. We just got to deliver all of that. Okay, that's awesome. And you know what might actually be a good idea? Let's maybe move this thing. Let's edit. And let's move this somewhere a little bit more out of the way. It's kind of in the way right now. We could probably have it maybe even just over here. We could probably just put it like maybe right there for now. And then I kind of want to get another one. We could get another builder's workshop, or maybe even put one over here. Right off of there. Kind of have them spread out a little bit. We can get a worker on there, maybe even a couple of them. There we go. We can start building some stuff, and they've already began construction of our church. This is so cool. And we have some berries that obviously we can collect in here. She is absolutely wailing on the side of that building. Obviously for a purpose. Okay, that's good. What is going? So storage is full over here. I think what we might have to do. How's storage over here? Current productivity. We might have to get another worker on here. Let's add another worker here. And then we can collect some more fish. I think that'll be good. We are also doing some vegetables. I could get like double fish maybe. Yeah, these are all storage slots. So if we add another little spot for our fish, I think that should help. And then we are missing some raw materials here. Let's maybe slow down. We don't need a whole lot of timber. How much do we got? 20 right now. Let's paint in a little bit of wood cutting here. And we can start going into this area. And then I'd love to get some more houses over here as well. Might be a pretty good idea. As far as our... where we're planting trees, where is this building? This thing is in quite an interesting spot. So let's replant some trees. Yeah, definitely in this whole area. So we got that ready to go. Let's get a little tree in here. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Let's plant some trees right there. Now let's start going for a nice aesthetic. Let's maybe plant a little bit in there. There you go, our first church. Oh, it's ready to go. Look at this thing, stop everything we're doing. Oh, this thing is sweet. So I think Control U, yeah, there we go. It hides the UI. Oh, that's so sick. Beautiful location for our church. And as people come in and out of it, see, we got a little bit of a path constructed there. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, that thing is ready to go. Let's get a worker. You can ring the bells. Stop ringing. That's so cool. So let's add somebody in there. So now they will be our village priest. So there we go. We have a little thing here as well. Churches of the faith. So words of your villager's first church have reached your clergy. They appreciate your dedication to the faith and thus hold you in higher regard. So very well. That is excellent. And that should increase our happiness quite a bit. That should even improve this eventually, maybe. Splendor, beautification. Weekly attendance, look at that. We got 13 people going. Yeah, that's awesome. We also might need to get a monastery. Oh, this thing is full. You know what I appreciate about this game? You can actually see that this thing is full. It's very stronghold vibes. Like you can actually look in the building and see that it's full, like the granary. Same with this thing. Like you can kind of see it. It's very cool. I like that. So as far as this, we're not getting any herbs. So let's maybe collect some berries. We can double down on our berries. And let's maybe even get another worker on our granary. And yeah, nothing's coming here. So let's actually switch that to our berries instead. There we go. Order up. Order up. We got some berries here. Hopefully we can plant some trees in there. Okay, that's awesome. What else do we want to do? So we got some houses basically everywhere. We do still need to get a monastery. Now, I don't know how much that would cost. We can get monk dorms. So what do we need? We build a monastery that has nun dorms and monk dorms and a herb garden, which is right here, and a monastic scriptorium. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's get monk dorms and we have our nun dorms. Let's get this set up. Oh, this is so cool. So I think having it kind of in the woods would be kind of cool. Very rustic. So we got our rustic hall. We can throw this in here. That's kind of the back. So let's put this literally right into the trees, just like that. So that's good. We need an access to this. So we could probably get just like a, nothing too fancy, maybe a nice little entrance there. That's good for our monk dorms. And then we need to go back. Let's add a sub building so our nun dorms will have to get. And that could probably go right off of here. Probably just like, maybe just like that actually. We do have access to it, so that should be good. So we got our monk dorms, our nun dorms, and then we can go back to our sub buildings here. We can actually select different buildings. That's pretty cool. Let's get a herb garden. Now this could probably just go a herb garden hut. And I imagine if we're kind of just near it, that should be good enough. So let's kind of just add a little hut maybe in here. Literally just right next to that. And then we can add some herbs in there. And store up to 50 resources. Actually, I'm a little bit curious. If I put that there and then a hut over top of it. Yeah, that definitely works. So let's get some herbs, maybe just right in there. Okay, that should take care of that. And then we also need a monastic scriptorium. Vegetable garden, great hall. Oh my gosh, we can get so much stuff. Let's actually demolish that. And let's get a reflectory. We can get a berry garden, a chapel. Monastic scriptorium. So this is what we want. This could go maybe right off the edge of that. Or what do we want to do? Honestly, I might even delete this as well as that, and then maybe come off of there for this thing. So we can kind of build some ears for it. Let's see, let's maybe even move it a little bit closer in. Yeah, I think that might work. So we have that. And then I think we could probably just build all of that. We still need to get a herb garden though. So now we can put this maybe even off to the side. Just like maybe kind of under the tree like that. Then we can get some herbs in there. I think we can go ahead and build that. Let's see if that's good enough. We might have to add some things, which would be just fine. But I think that should look pretty sweet. I'm actually excited. So that should take care of that. And then we need to reach a population of 4 monastics. So that'll be good. Storage is full. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got tons of berries. Honestly, we might need to sell some more. Worker is fine. 10 consumed this week. I wonder, can we edit this? And then we literally just maybe take that, lower that just a tiny touch, just so I can get our berries in here. So we have, ooh, levy funds. So your treasury appears to be low these days. Yes, it does. As the leader of this village, you have the authority to collect funds from your villagers. However, contributions will be reluctant. Levies should only be used in urgent situations, as they can significantly decrease your villagers' happiness over the weeks. So I imagine they're kind of like tax collectors. Let's ask the villagers for some coins. So let's go ahead and do that. And then it kind of helps us, gives us a little bit of quest here. So that's kind of cool. So we need to build a great hall, complete the mandate, discuss a levy with your villagers, have a monthly profit of 50. So we can start with a great hall, which I think is in here, isn't it? Yeah, we can get a great hall. Now this could kind of go anywhere. Well, let's maybe get like a rustic wooden one. And this could probably go a little bit more central, maybe. What do we want this to look like? I'd probably put this even right off of here. Put our great hall right like that. And then we'll need an entrance to this thing. We'd probably do... I wanted to keep it a little bit different. Let's maybe do that. And then maybe even a little bell tower up here. It's probably a little bit excessive. We can get like a little chimney maybe. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. We can have like a fireplace coming off the side of it, or maybe off like that. Yeah, I like that actually. That's pretty cool. Little fireplace area. And maybe like a big tower. That kind of overcomplicates things. Let's maybe just do that. And we can go ahead and build that. So building with unfulfilled requirements. Are you sure you want to build without fulfilling all requirements? Buildings can only be used when all the requirements are met. Do you want to proceed? Oh, that makes sense. So now we need a visitor location, which I don't know if we have. We can add another one. We need a visitor location on this thing. Oh, here we go. Visitor location. So I don't know what this would really... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So this is where visitors patiently wait until you decide to hear them. So that's kind of cool. And then they'll kind of face maybe this way. I think I shall put them right there. There we go. And now we can build this. We can wait to hear from them, and then if they have any issues, we can kind of work from there. So wood for the bishop. The bishop is looking to build a few chapels along the pilgrimage routes. One of his merchants noticed your woodcutter camps and want to make you an offer. So this is kind of the same thing. We currently have 80, so I think we could do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So I think I can just confirm that and take their money. Ooh, wood delivered. So that's perfect. And we planted some trees in here. See, that looks so much better, doesn't it? I think that definitely looks better. It might actually be nice to maybe get a couple more trees in through here. Should we put a couple of trees in behind here? Maybe kind of in this area. And yeah, we're keeping this nicely. Here's what I'm going to do actually. Let's get our wood cutting. And let's stop cutting all of this wood where our monastery is. We can kind of just leave that area alone. And then as far as our replanting, I guess they could, yeah, let's just keep replanting this whole area. Now they're going to plant some trees in there. And we'll kind of just leave this alone now. So let's do that. We'll get them out of there as well. Yeah, I think that should be perfect. And we have a little spot there. I want to make sure we get that for our OCD viewers, including myself. Okay, we've chopped down that stuff. Let's get rid of that now. Maybe widen this a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Okay, monastery with a herb garden. We have already done that, so that's perfect. And they're slowly working on that, so that's excellent news. We also have, a message from the king. The kingdom acknowledges your hard work in establishing your settlement. I am but your humble servant, gain 100. Thank you, sir. Off he goes. Where is he going? Look at this guy. That's so cool. Off he goes with this little, here's a royal scroll. So that's awesome. This is full. We are not producing enough berries, so let's maybe get another little stall here, maybe. I don't want to get rid of that tree if we can help it, but I think that should be good. And then I could actually click on that and edit this. What color do we want? We haven't had our blue one yet. And that will get rid of our tree. But what the heck? Let's just go ahead and do that. I hope I'm placing this the right way. Does that make sense? It's kind of facing outwards. Yeah, I think so. Every market I've ever gone to. Here, a church has rung. It's time for church. Ring frequency. What does ring even do? Maximum capacity. I could expand our church a little bit if we wanted. Bell type light. I guess that's all we can really do. Bell pitch. I really like E or G. Let's maybe go with, let's go with E. I think I like E. Let's go with E. Start delay play count. I think that should be just fine. Can adjust the tempo. That's actually pretty cool. Never had that much customization with a bell. Okay, this is actually looking pretty sweet. I don't know how much income we really have right now, but we should be able to tax our people pretty soon. So now we can select a mandate. Increase the size. Let's select a mandate here. Pioneer Bjorn. Discuss a levy with your villagers. Let's start to discuss. So it has to be done. You summon people to the Great Hall to discuss a potential levy. The villagers don't look too happy about giving away all their hard-earned coins, but you know they will pay if they have to. That's so mean. So negative 30% happiness, but we will gain 84 coins. I think I definitely want to do that. Unfortunately, I definitely need to do that. Promote your villagers to higher status. I guess we probably could do that. We don't have anybody up for promotion currently. Let's maybe call off promotions. Okay, we do need all this stuff. So a bailiff. We need a bailiff in our village. We need a monastery. So we're working on that. Royal courier in your village. So I think all that might be over here. So is there a bailiff? Let's see. No, I don't see one. We got a chapel here. Which, we already had our church there. No bailiff though. Interesting. Now that we have a little bit of money, I bet you I could unlock a couple other things. So we have a manor house. We can also get a castle. I think a manor house might be nice. We'll unlock a manor house, a great hall, and a tax office. Generates revenue by collecting taxes. I definitely want to start doing that. I think that might be a pretty good idea. This is improving a little bit, so commerce might be doing a little bit better soon. Collecting taxes. Okay, so this is new. That's actually perfect timing. Build a manor house. I think that probably came with my upgrade. We need a manor house. So to do this, we can get a tax office, a great hall, which we already have. Okay, we can probably just build right off of that, honestly. Could we do that? already placed. So let's maybe edit this thing then. And then we can add another building here. I think we could probably get... So we have to build a manor house with a tax office. We need 1 room, interior access, and light fortification. Okay, so in case we get attacked or something. So we could get a manor hall, a manor tower. Let's maybe get a manor hall for now. Where the heck do we want to put this thing? What's with all the purple? Is that what... interesting. I could probably put this maybe kind of in the trees as well, or maybe along the water might be kind of cool. Let's put this right here. Kind of gives us quite a bit of room for stuff. We could probably place that right there. And then we need interior access. Let's just access it through here. I think that makes the most amount of sense. And then we also need light fortification. So I think just like maybe a little fence maybe. I think probably a stone one would probably be the best. Let's get one there. And then I could get one going this way. And kind of around like that. How does that look? That's not too bad. So that'll give us a little bit of fortification. Maybe, maybe not. Visitor location. Let's put that there. We can also get this thing. A little manor tower. That's actually pretty cool. Let's put that there. And that actually gives us our fortification. So that's perfect. We have our manor right off of there. And in fact, let's maybe do that. Just... yeah, just like that maybe. How does that look? Just kind of builds it like that's like a cool little castle. That's actually sweet. I think we can build this now. What else do we need? I don't know. We'll see. So we can work on that. Let's maybe set that to highest priority. Here comes our little builders. They're going to start working on that. Our monastery is still being worked on. Let's get somebody on there. Waiting for a builder. Let's start collecting some taxes. And that will really hurt our happiness. Yeah, levy mandate. Yeah, they don't like that. So we need to maybe get a little bit more housing. I think that could help. I think that could definitely help. So let's do that. Am I building that? Oh, you got to individually build all this stuff. Yeah. I see now. Interesting. Yeah, we never actually clicked build with all that. Okay, nothing here. Let's get a vendor here and let's start selling some, maybe some berries. Might be pretty good. Storage is a little bit full. Don't tell me I need another granary. Or maybe I can upgrade this. Can I upgrade it? Storage, open royal book. So we got water, we got tons of berries, lots of fish. So we have resources, villagers, buildings, budget. I would like to do some trade. How do I get this going? So unlock a trade route. That will cost some planks. Buy from them. So this is our, so allied with labor. So let's maybe see if we can do that. And now we just automatically do trade. So this is what we're buying from them. This is what we're selling to them. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure, why not? You kind of just do, that's just easy trading. I'm sorry, that's just kind of lovely. Keeps it simple, nothing too fancy. Let's maybe get another granary. We could probably use another one of these bad boys. And I feel like it could go maybe just across here. I feel like that would be a nice location for that. Perfect, let's build that up. Costs a little bit of money, but that is fine. Is this how much we're earning? Yeah, upkeep -4. I don't know if we have much income right now, but... Oh, this has gone up. Hey! Okay, we can get butchering, extended village edict. Storage improvements, so that would be good. So warehouse depot and granary depot. We definitely need that. Lumber camp improvement. Let's do that. And now we have some decorative stuff. So this is our beautification that we were waiting for. And farming, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I don't want to go too crazy. We're going to run out of money if we're not careful, but we have expanded storage. Did that just automatically... Like, we can edit this. Granary Depot. Oh, Granary Depot. Interesting. So I think it's just additional storage space for a granary. Cool. Okay. Let's just put that. Maybe, I think they enter in through there. So let's just put that right. Literally right. Maybe there. Perfect. So that'll give us some more storage. That is kind of amazing. And then we also have... Okay, while I love these trees, I think it would be a good idea to kind of expand this a little bit and chop some of them down, which we're currently working on. However, we are replanting them faster than we can even do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of let them take as many of these trees down as they'd like. And then, I mean, kind of in this area, I don't know. Let's maybe fine tune this a little bit. I still want them to keep all of these trees. But if they can chop those down, I think that'll be good. I also kind of like the aesthetic of keeping this nice and treed in. But I think if I could kind of open up this area, that would be kind of nice. Just so then we can put some more trees in there. I think that'll be good. Who the heck are these guys? Are they, rustic food, water? I don't know what they're, elders? I don't know what they're doing. I am on free time. Free time? There's no free time in our city. Who's this guy? So meeting the elders. We'll gain some tools. So the elders, they must respected leading men and women among the region's laborers heard of your village and wished to make themselves useful to your people. They brought welcoming gifts, mainly tools. So that's kind of nice. Thank you, elders. And off they go. There goes our elders. Where'd they go? Oh, they vanished. They absolutely vanished. We got some tools. That's lovely. How is our monastery coming? We're still kind of working on that. We have a lot of stuff to build and take over there. Are we kind of struggling for planks right now, aren't we? Let's maybe get another few workers there producing some planks. We're also using them for literally everything else. But let's maybe prioritize that building as well, because we got to build this up just to get some extra storage. And we also have this almost ready to go, our second granary. Actually, maybe instead of having this building, we could probably just demolish it. Because, how do I demolish this thing? Let's get rid of it. That'll free up a little bit of space, and then I could just add another depot in here, honestly. Let's maybe do that. So we already got rid of that. Let's click on this. Are they gonna demolish that or not? I guess I could add another depot over here. I don't know why this thing is still here. That might just be glitched. Let's add a depot in here. And then we could have a little bit more storage space. So let's apply that. Requires one resource depot. Oh, maybe we can only get one. Okay, we might actually need a granary for that. So never mind, let's get rid of that. I suppose we maybe could get this here. We could do that. Let's kind of just open that up into this area. Let's build that, and then we can get a little depot for that as well. But I think that'll be good. Room for one more? Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Yeah, they're going to chop down all those trees. That'll free up a little bit more space for us. And then this has also been opened up to us. So we can get warehouse depot just for more storage. Now this could probably go, I suppose maybe even just back here. There, we can probably do that. And this is kind of where they enter in. There, I think we could do that. I feel like that's a nice location for that. Okay, awesome. We're gonna need a little bit more storage. That'll be great. And how are we doing with this? So our manor house is coming up. And, okay, it's built. Assign a tax collector. And we are still building it, so they'll kind of work on that. And that'll be built eventually. How are we doing with this? So storage is full for that. That should be fixed in no time. Let's maybe get a couple more workers building. That'll probably be a good idea. And then we can maybe get some more houses in here. So as far as housing, we are a little bit low on housing. So population 32. Immigration is average. That could probably be a little bit higher. But let's get some residential houses in here. I think I could probably get some, maybe just kind of along here. I guess get residential houses in there and then maybe just connect to like this area. Just kind of see how that looks. Let's maybe try that. See what they come up with. I'm sure they'll come up with something nice. Got a couple more workers here. Okay, I think we might have our tax office here, so we can open that up. First tax office. So that's good. And now we can actually click on this and we should be able to do some taxes here. I guess we're still building it. Let's maybe get another tax worker there. So now we're building our tower. And assign a new tax collector, increase taxation. So we gotta wait for this to be built first. Which should be any second now. Here comes a guy. I don't know what he's doing. Actually, let's maybe outsource here. Can we see other towns being built? Kind of curious. Where are these people coming from? It says we have people. Let's maybe go to the outside map. I don't see anything. Maybe over here? Yeah, I'm not so sure. Okay, let's go back here. They might be around here somewhere, but I do not see them for the meantime. Look at that, he's created a little path going through here. I love that. That's so cool. Little trade path. Okay, honestly, it would be kind of worthwhile to maybe build into this area. Would that be a good idea? I could take it. It would cost 100. Oh, more upkeep. We need to kind of just make this work for now, I think. This granary is ready to go. And let's assign, we got lots of stuff we can assign here. So let's definitely do berries. Definitely do fish. And we have our little depots here now. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Let's get lots of berries and fish on there. And then this depot could probably do, I mean, we haven't produced any meat yet. What's this? Improving lumber camps. Could probably do that. Now we just have 1,000 of these things. Whoa, look at this. We got wood wagons we can do. Yeah, we can put a little wood wagon in here. A wood depot. That would actually be nice. Let's maybe just expand it right on to here. Let's add another little wood depot in there. Deceptively large wood depot. That's actually funny. What they call that. And woodsman tool rack. We got so many cool things here. A napping post. Munching post. Yeah, I gotta keep our people nice and happy here. So let's maybe get another little area just for eating some food. Stowing post. Kind of connect that. Let's apply that and see. That's actually so cool. That's really cool. So we are getting a lot more planks now, which is great. Our monastery is now complete. So we need to get some people over here. We don't have a door for this thing? I don't think we do. Oops. Oh no, we're still building that. Yeah, they still have a lot of stuff to build. So no need to fret. They're still working on that. Okay, assign a new woodcutter. I guess I could take a family off of here and then see if that works. Okay, that got rid of that. So that, yeah, there we go. Advice followed. Perfect. Got another woodcutter on there, and now we have nobody on here. Let's see. Do we have any other extra people? We now have high immigration, which is great. No villagers employed. We have almost 80% happiness. Okay, now we're actually doing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Are we done this yet? Working fine. I think everything is done. So now we need to do, so we got a tax office, increase taxation, which I don't overly know how to do. Tax office, here we go. Okay, let's click on that. Okay, you know what you can do? You can literally take this and add it right to this building. I wonder if I should do that. Should I move it to here? Kind of change the color, but that's actually pretty cool. Let's maybe set it to match that. And then, yeah, what the heck? I'm just going to put that there. So now they can build that there, and then we can have our great hall right next to there. I might even want to move it over a tiny bit more. Let's just wait for them to build it, and then we can move it, which is a little bit annoying for them. As far as our berry collectors, I think we should have quite a bit of berries, which we do. I could sell some more. Oh, I also need to get... Wait, were resources missing? Oh, we don't have enough cloth. Okay, how do we produce cloth? What we probably could do is do a little bit of research here. So we have clothing. So sheep's farm produces wool. Weaver's hut produces cloth in exchange for wool. That is definitely what we need. And then our goods market can actually expand a little bit as well. That actually might be pretty important for us to get. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we can go to our goods market. Let's see if we can expand this. So we can get a goods stall, a food stall. Oh, cool. So now we have goods stalls. We have goods stall sign. Let's maybe get a food stall sign here. Get a nice little thing here. And kind of twist that. Actually, we could probably put it right in the middle for both. Let's go ahead and build one of those, a little sign. And then maybe we can get, let's go back to this, and now we can get a goods stall. This could probably go right there. And then we can start selling some goods. And then as far as our, we can get some farms and stuff. So sheep farm, that produces wool. We'll definitely need to get a sheep farm. Now, I don't know if I want to maybe delete a couple of houses here. Should we demolish this house? Let's maybe demolish that house. Just so I can get a farm in here. We got a Weaver's Hut sheep farm, so let's go ahead and do this. I'll also demolish that. No, it keeps trying to build it, so let's actually take this off. I guess we might have to re-enable that, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take it off of there though. There, we can demolish that, and now I don't think they will rebuild it. So now we can get a farm here. Let's maybe put this... Literally, we could probably just attach it right to there. Go ahead and build that. Okay, this is also... I have to paint that in a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think that should be fine. We're gonna get our sheep farm there. We're gonna build that up. Let's set that to high priority. And then we also need to get a couple other things. So let's go with our Weaver's Hut. We gotta get that as well. I don't know how much room they need for our sheep farm. I can't imagine too much. Here is our entrance to it. So I'm probably just gonna get this maybe just along here. I kind of want to keep some of those flowers. Let's put that there. As far as our color, we could probably go with like a, since this is our Weaver's Hut, we could have like a nice pretty color there. Whoa, we are out of money. We can't even build that. Shoot, we need to get some money here. So can we tax our people yet? What's this? Loaning tools, thank you. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough money for that. Let's maybe slow this down. So I still can't figure out how to tax our people. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Advice buying resources. Let's ask your neighbors. Assign tools to a warehouse. Okay, so this is new. Acquires a storage, build a warehouse, assign tools to a warehouse. So, oh yeah, we didn't actually do that. So let's go ahead and do that. What else do we have? We got planks on here, which is good. Probably some stone, some wood. We can kind of just get everything over here. We might as well get, we're gonna get some clothes eventually. Some cloth. I think we already have cloth up there actually. So let's maybe get wool. And we could do maybe some wax to make candles, some tools. Gold, that's pretty cool. I guess we could just double up on our wood, I guess. I think that should be fine. And then over here, if we have a couple of workers, let's maybe get a couple more on there. Missing raw materials. So now we have no more room to chop trees down. Got a few more houses though, which is nice. I think housing should be pretty good. And our levy mandate is also making people pretty sad, so let's maybe put some more workers on there. Missing raw materials over here as well. Yeah, I guess we should probably chop down some more trees then. Wood cutting. We can do this. We could chop these down for sure. And now we can leave this area alone. And now this is starting to look like a town. We have a little bit of space in here. We can't do all that yet. Yeah, let's kind of just chop these trees down. I think that's pretty much the best we can do right now. And then as far as replanting some trees, we can get this. So we've already done that. Already done that, already done that. Let's replant all of these as they kind of just work on that. Okay, I like that. We have a couple more people moving in here. Now we're gonna build that. That'll be awesome. Okay, our sheep farm is good. We have some more mandates. We can do another mandate. Let's gain even more money and make them more sad. So now we have money. We can build that now, or Weaver's Hut. That will help us make some money at least. And they're still working on that. Oh, we're missing tools. How do we build tools? I wonder if you have to build them here maybe? Oh, here's our taxation. So we can increase this. The more we do it, obviously the more money we get, but the sadder they will be. That's a -5%. That's -15%. I think I'm happy with that. That'll actually give us quite a bit of money. That would give us a ton. Definitely wouldn't be nice. Okay, that's actually sweet. Let's do a -15% happiness, but a +81 tax. So that's actually good. And we needed to go to our resource tab here. And we need to enable right here. So allow tools purchase. Purchase and sales of our tools. Wherever that is. So that's right here. So buy until inventory reaches the value. Yeah, we can import some tools. Okay, there we go. And then have 3 tools or more inside your facility. So that's perfect. Yeah, I think maybe having about 10 tools at all times would be nice. We could also sell some stuff, which is kind of cool. So this, I did not realize even existed. So we could sell some berries. We could definitely sell some. I guess we can't. We can only buy those because that's our current trade route. I'm starting to understand how this works. So trade routes, this is stuff we can only buy. This is stuff we can sell. So if we get another trade route, we need 20 clothes to be able to unlock that. And then we should be able to actually sell like fish. We can sell tools and clothes, which is new. I want to be able to sell berries eventually. I guess that's all we can really do with that. Let's go back to resources. We could buy some berries. I don't need to. What stuff we can sell? We could sell meat. So if we get a butcher, we could start selling some meat. We could sell cheese. I think from our farms. Oh, we can actually sell planks. Yeah, let's do that. And then sell everything above the value. So I think if we kept about 5 planks, let's maybe do like 8 planks in our stockpile at all times. And then we can sell the rest. That'll give us a little bit of money. And then we are importing some tools. I need to figure out how to make tools though. That's gonna be pretty important for us. Okay, there we go. We should be doing pretty good here, and we're gonna get some money again. This seems to be full already. Oh my gosh. What do I do with all that fish? Like, I could probably set up a lot more of these things. I might have to, honestly. So this poor guy, he doesn't have a thing here, and I guess we're waiting. Maybe, what are we waiting for? Resources missing, so we're missing some cloth to actually do that. Okay, let's actually get this built up as quickly as we can, as well as that, and then we could also get, so sheep farm produces wool, from wool produces cloth, and then we also need a tailor's workshop from cloth to make clothes. So we could probably put all this quite close together. Or we could maybe have, let's go in here. Oh, this is empty. Okay, perfect. Let's put that over there. Let's get a tailor's workshop right on the end of that. And it could probably face just like that. Then we can go ahead and build that. As far as this, honestly, I might even get rid of all of these little stone pieces. I don't know. Do we ever unlock beautification? Not quite yet, so that's 50 to unlock that. Farming produces wheat, and then we can make some bread. That would actually be pretty sweet. Let's focus on getting some more money first of all. We definitely have lots of tasks to be taken care of. Advice, food diversity. Let's put food on the table. And that'll actually give us a little bit of money from that. So, produce at least one different refined food. Build refined foods. So, what the heck would a refined food be? Okay, we got that done for the tools. So now we have a little bit of tools. So that is good. Missing raw materials. So I think they should be getting some trees to make some planks. Yeah, they're kind of hacking down all this stuff. As far as this, we increase taxation. I thought we did that. Did we not do that? So royal book, taxation. Okay, increase taxation. I guess I wanted even more. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Have a monthly profit from taxes above 10. So, okay, that should be a little bit better now. And then we can fix that. We can get rid of that. It's kind of nice to have all these little advice things. Build a monastery that has a... Yeah, we're still working on that. So now that we have tools, we should technically be able to finish that now. Requires one room and a door, so that should be done. And we need somebody on here, so we're missing zone. So now we can paint this in maybe? Or I guess we can paint our pasture, so... Oh, we don't have much pasture space in here, do we? Okay, I may have to delete this house as well. Let's delete that, and then residential I'm gonna take off of that. And let's lower this a little bit. Let's make sure that's good. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now I can get some pasture space in here. Let's see if that is good enough. We're waiting for some workers. Let's get one shepherd and see if that kind of works for us. Missing mature livestock. Oh yeah, we need some... How the heck do we get those now? Okay, I wonder if I have to order some... Let's go to our resources here. Can I order animals? Is that a thing? Okay, there we go. They just naturally came. Okay, that's definitely nice. So we are missing still mature livestock. So I think they might be growing still. Missing raw materials. This field is too small for the current amount of workers. Oh no. Okay, we might need more space here. Where could we get that? I could probably demolish. Let's see what we want to do. So residential. Honestly, I may have to get rid of some houses here. I may have to get rid of those. They'll be a little bit sad that they don't have their houses, but it's just what's got to be done. I need some more pasture space, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we can paint all that in. Let's see, producing resources. This field is too small. I guess I could maybe get some pasture space up there. A little bit in here, I don't know, just kind of do our best. Honestly, buying this region would really help. But we can't really afford it right now. Let's get a couple more workers there. And nobody's available on here, so I think we could probably sell some clothes there. And we will have some cloth eventually. I guess we'll just keep that open for now. Yeah, let's start producing some money. Honestly, this might have to be our new village area because I need a lot more pasture space. So let's get rid of even more residential space. Like all of this might have to go until we get enough pasture space. Let's just do that. Let's get rid of that house. That house as well. And then I guess let's kind of just test that out and see if that's enough. We can paint all this in. Get a little bit more pasture space. Okay, is adequately sized for the current amount, so that's perfect. Okay, that makes me a little bit happier. Oh, make sure we get that. We can stop painting. Adequately sized, so we should be able to get some wool. And then we're still working on that, which we need tools to be able to build that. Should we import a little bit more tools maybe? I don't know. Okay, to be able to make tools, we'll actually need, let's go to progression. We need to get our tooling. That makes a lot of sense. So if we can get some money with that, I think that would help. Okay, we need to get this set as a residential area again. Okay, that'll keep them happy. And we need to increase our happiness here again. So housing and refined food. So refined food, I just looked it up, is like meat, smoked fish. So we already have some fish, so if we smoked it, had like some kind of thing to do that. I feel like we'll also need like butchering. Hunter's hut and butchery produces meat. Yeah, we need like a tavern, I think. A berry brewery. Here we have beer production, luxury. So we kind of need some of this stuff, honestly. A jeweler, dairy. Yeah, we definitely need to get some of that going. So I think if we produce some bread, that would get some refined food coming in for that. And then that would kind of be good enough, but we need 50 to unlock that. Okay, we kind of got the trade figured out. So I just needed to go to our little royal book here. And I need to actually increase this to like 40. We have 88 planks. If I even put this to like 50, I think we should be able to sell even more. We can't sell stone because we haven't unlocked that trade route yet, which is right here. So we can unlock that if we get some of that. There we go. We have our level 1 trade. We could get that once we start producing a little bit of bread, but we are slowly getting a little bit of money, which is nice. And our happiness is climbing just a little bit. Once we get some bread, I think that'll really help with some refined food and housing storage. So we definitely need some more housing. So let's maybe see if we could put some extra houses in here. Just in this area, maybe. We have that monastery, and eventually we will need to expand. I think that would really help us. Kind of, yeah, if we buy this, or even if we buy this, that'll help us expand. I mean, really anything. This will probably be the best because we don't need a whole lot of water. This would probably give us a little bit more fish, but that should probably be sufficient. So I think I want to get this eventually. It'll cost 100, and it's about the same for each one. So let's wait until we get 100. We get a couple more people moving in here. Advice: improving a trade route. So, okay, let's maybe do that. So acquire a monastic emissary in the progression menu. So I think if we go to here, we don't actually have an entrance to this, so I might have to edit this. And for some reason we don't have an entrance. Let's maybe just get rid of this. We can go ahead and demolish that, and then let's just get a regular old one like that. Let's see if that kind of works a little bit better. Let's set that to highest priority. And instead of that refined stone, I think that should be good. And then they can kind of, I don't know if I need an entrance to all of this, but I think that should be fine. And then I can hopefully get some workers on there once they kind of have that ready to go. No access to housing. Oh no, we have some people that don't have access to housing. Yeah, there we go. Took care of that. I devoted them. So now we have 4 people on that. So now we can start, we'll probably start getting some like splendor and all that stuff from all that. I would imagine. Let's check this out. So Monastery founded. Very well. So happiness bonus 10% to our village. So that's perfect. That's actually amazing. And then we can start doing that. And then as far as our actual mouse, like clergy splendor is earned from the most impressive buildings of the clergy state. What about clergy influence? Is favor earned through mandates, missions, and quests? So we've definitely done quite a bit of mandates. I could probably do another one maybe. So this is for bread, improved the Northbury trade route. Yeah, we might need a bailiff for that first. We could do this, and that would get us some money. I think, honestly, I might have to do that. It will hurt our overall population happiness, but I think I really need to get another territory here. So let's maybe unlock this one. I now own 3 territories, and I can start building over here. So I think right away I definitely need some housing. So I could probably have maybe some... I want to leave this a little bit open. Let's just get some houses. Just kind of... Well, I guess maybe not. Let's not do that. I'd rather build our houses where the main area is. Kind of like just like in here. And we have lots of space throughout here. So we can build quite a bit of houses. Let's maybe get some over here as well. And then I could probably chop some more trees down over here. Let's go ahead and do that. And then wood cutting, we can move into this area. I think that'll be good. And then we can replant those trees. Let's paint this in. And we can keep replanting all of that. Okay, that should be perfect. Let's see if that kind of works a little bit better. We're already building some more houses, which is perfect. And we have another stone thing here. So we could get another stone cutter camp. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll cost a little bit of money. Yeah, having some more houses will definitely help. It looks like storage is full. Advice, villagers leaving. Oh no. Raise the happiness of all villagers to 20%. So we definitely got to do that. So we got to raise that of all villagers to 25%. Currently 28 of 50 villagers. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, we definitely got to start working on that. What's this? Welcoming a faithful. Oh wow, we gain... Oh, look at that. We get some stone and some planks. Or we get 100 money. I think I'd rather have clergy. So here he comes. Gifts received. So now we could get this eventually. We need a monastic emissary. And okay, we got some money for that now. And now we just need some, I think it's splendor. Okay, I found out to get clergy splendor, you may need to upgrade your church. So weekly attendance, this will give us some splendor apparently if we do this. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. We could get like some stone. Like I could get some crazy stuff here. Let's replace this with a rustic stone. What would cost the most? Yeah, we need polished stone for all that. Shoot, I don't know if we'll be able to even do that. Another thing we could do is maybe get some more dorms. So to this overall thing, we can get maybe some more dorms. Let's add another building. Produces manuscript. Produces vegetables, so that'd actually be good. I could probably get another little vegetable garden just for them. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's build that, and then I could probably even add some more space for people. I guess we have quite a bit. I could devote some more, so once devoted, a villager will live and work solely for that monastery. I'll probably need to get some more monk dorms. What do we think? I could probably get like a wooden one right off of here. Maybe just like maybe right there. Let's try that. Let's build that up. Okay, we have a little bit of money here, so I think it might be a good idea to get our farming now. And actually, we do have space up here, so I might even free up a little bit of space just for our farms now. Okay, so we got our windmill, our bakery, and we also have our wheat farm, so we definitely want to get our wheat farm doing something. We're basically out of space over here. We needed some more houses, but I think it's probably a little more important to get our wheat farm going here. So let's free up a little bit of space up here. Let's kind of just build our main houses up here. And then we can demolish these. Maybe just like that. And then we'll kind of build houses after accordingly based off of how much space we need for our farm. So let's get our wheat farm. What was our other farm that we got? Our sheep farm? Yeah. Weaver's hut. So we should... we got our weaver's hut. Let's get a worker on there. Let's get this kind of going. And then we need a tailor's workshop, which we were building here. We're missing tools, of course. Of course, we're missing tools. So let's actually go to our book here. Go to our resources. And let's import even more tools. That would probably help. Let's get like 10. And then we can use them for that. And then we can start making some cloth. I think that would be good. But as far as our farm, this will cost money as well, which we don't have. Probably get a little bit more residential houses. Maybe even back here we could get a few more, as well as in here. We have a little scroll here, so loaning tools. Of course, we do not have 200 to be able to buy that. I'd love to be able to do that. Can we really need to get our money under control here? Can we sell even more stuff here? So planks, we have 101 planks. And maybe let's stockpile our tools. I guess we can take that off because we have lots of planks. With our tools, if we stockpile that, our villagers will not be able to use it. So let's go ahead and do that. We got a couple more workers available here. Offering bread for your herbs and berries. Don't mind if I do. So, success will get some money. Accumulate berries and herbs, which I don't think we have herbs. How do you get herbs? Okay, I think we could do this because I think we even have a herb garden. So let's add that to the giant list of things we need to do. As far as our herb garden, produces herbs. Waiting for workers. Okay, let's maybe get... As far as our herb garden, can we edit this maybe? We could add herb planter rope. Let's maybe add one there. A delicate one. We could add... I think this is to store it all. We could add a few of these. Let's maybe do this a little bit neater maybe. Let's kind of do this. Maybe have a corner one. Kind of just like that. And then we can get some herbs in throughout here. And that should give us plenty. So let's go ahead and build that. Let's maybe even set it to high priority. So then we can start producing some herbs. We need 5 herbs and we definitely have enough berries. But I'd love to get that bread. I think maybe if I had more market stalls, that would probably help. Provides resources to your villagers. I think that would make them a little bit happier. So let's maybe get a couple of these. Let's maybe get one there. We could have one right there. Let's go ahead and build both of those. I'll set those to high priority. And then I could maybe sell some more berries or something. As far as this, we should be creating some linen. Yes, there we do. We have some cloth now. Or maybe not. But what is this? What do they need? Produces 1 cloth in exchange for wool. Let's maybe get 2 workers on there actually. We have tons of wool, so that's kind of nice. We have another advice, so earning influence. My best builder will draw you a blueprint. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Influence earned. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we finally have this ready to go, so we can get somebody on there. Now we can start producing cloth, so that's actually kind of nice. And now we already have this. We can get somebody on there selling some cloth. Okay, that'll actually be quite nice to start doing that. No workers assigned on here. Let's get one on there. We're still missing a little bit of resources to build those. I kind of found out that the more stalls you have, the more money you can make. So if I make literally, let's just get some more stalls in here. So if I hold down shift, I should be able to just produce as many of these as possible. Let's maybe do this. In fact, I could probably free up even a little bit more space in here. Let's maybe just build that Let's go ahead and build that. Now I'm going to get rid of this. That does not need to be there, and all of this could probably... I kind of like this, but let's just get rid of that. That doesn't need to be there either. Let's go ahead and build that. Let's assign our resources. Let's sell more berries. I think that'll be good, and everything needs to be built here, which it should be pretty soon. And then we still needed to get our wheat farm. We're still missing some money to be able to build that. But I guess in the meantime, we could just get this ready to go. Let's kind of just do that. Then we can build it once it's ready. I think I probably have enough tools. I'm just going to stop importing tools for a second because I'm absolutely drowning in money right now. So let's stop doing that. And then we can sell some planks and get some more money for all of that. Okay, we can get some more workers on here. And we can start selling some berries. So let's go on to here. Now let's see, assign resource. Let's do maybe some fish at that one. Get a couple more workers here so they can start getting some fish ready to go. What can we do with this? Temporary storage, necessary to report. Can I edit that building to do something else? I don't know. But we're starting to build that stuff, so that's good. We're getting a little bit of money now, and now that we have our wheat farm, I think we could probably get that built up. I guess, yeah, it's ready to go. So let's build that. Set that to highest priority and get some workers on there. So we need some tools to be able to build that. And then what else do we need with our wheat? We need a windmill. So that'll also cost some money, and this could probably go, that's kind of our entrance there, maybe right off the coast. We can build that up as well. What else do we need? We need a bakery. So this could probably go a little bit closer to town. Maybe even... where do we want to put our bakery? We could probably even put it right on the edge. Maybe just kind of back here. I feel like that would be a good little location for that. We're going to wait till we can get that, but we should be able to get some money. Okay, this thing's ready to go. Let's get some workers on there. We have lots of workers available. Okay, we got lots of fish, lots of berries. We're making some clothes now. Lots of stone. Could probably get a little bit more. Honestly, I should free up this area. Like, I'm going to select all of this. Select all of it, and then I can actually just move the entire thing over here. So I'm going to build that over there. And then this I'm also going to move over there. And that kind of frees up a lot of space here. So I need somebody to build some planks. That can kind of, I guess I could probably move this as well, in fact. So let's select that, Control A. And this can kind of go over here. I could probably put it maybe even right on the edge of here. Let's maybe build that there. And then this frees up a lot of space just for more houses or whatever we need. So let's get some more residential in here maybe. Go ahead and do that. Okay, that's perfect. And then those are still being built up. And did we ever build our bakery? Yes, that is right there. So that should be built up in no time. We can still get somebody on here. Maybe sell some fish. There. Okay, that should really help. We're getting some cloth now. And I could probably even get another stall for our clothes to be sold. Yeah, let's get another one of these. Why not? Probably even put a stall, maybe even right on the corner there. Okay, this is actually a good trade route for us to get. We have to unlock it with clothes, which we should be at soon. We can sell fish, so that'll immediately get us a ton of money. We can also sell berry brew, some jewelry, and we can also sell clothes and tools. I want to be able to sell some stone. So I want to look for one that has stone here. We have the ability to sell polished stone, but not actual, just kind of regular stone. So I think if we could figure out how to get polished stone, that might be a pretty good idea. So stonemasons, Stonemason's hut produces 1 polished stone in exchange, so we need 50 to unlock that. Let's get all these buildings ready to go. So goods market, farming, clothing. We already got clothing taken care of. Our farming is next. If we could start producing some bread, that would be incredible. Yeah, let's get that stuff built up as quick as we can. Of course, we need tools to be able to do that. Okay, somebody's on here. Let's sell some clothes. Housing is also pretty insufficient, so I think if I could get some more houses in here, that would probably help. Let's just throw some houses in this general area. And maybe along here as well. And that should probably help a lot with that. Let me get rid of that a little bit. And then we can also get some more berries and more fish over here. And I thought we built this up. Are we building that? We got a little depot there as well, so hopefully they can build that up quick. How is this coming along? Oh, we need money to be able to build that. Honestly, I think for the sake of getting money, I may have to delete this thing. Unfortunately, like, ugh, I just gotta do it. I gotta demolish it all because it is costing way too much money to keep everything going. Unfortunately. Okay, we can do that. I think we could still maybe get our little herb garden in here though. We could still have a little herb garden, so let's build that right in here, and that should be storage for it all. And then we can put these in here. Put some multiple down. If we could at least get this built, I think that would really help. Oh, that's an issue actually. May have to turn those. Okay, there we go. I have to even move these. Let's kind of just do that. That should be fine. And then maybe some of these, just as long as we have access to it all. So let's build all of that. And then we can get herbs. That would definitely help. And then vegetable, we could also get a vegetable garden here, I believe. So let's go to here, our vegetable garden. We could put that maybe over here. We don't need to use up a lot of space over there. Okay, let's do that. Start getting some vegetables. And I think that alone will really help with our income. See, now we're plus 14 coins tendency, so taxes. Upkeep is a little bit lower. What else can we do to get rid of some upkeep? Sometimes you got to get rid of some stuff. So budget, let's go to here. So last month, this month we're doing a lot better. But upkeep expenses, that's gone down quite a bit. Logistics, so our granary, our village market is quite a bit of upkeep, but I think it's making us money. And then our warehouse. We also have 2 granaries, which I don't know if we really need, but it's not costing that much, like it's not crazy. Okay, we should have enough clothes. Let's maybe open up another trade route here. So we can open this one. What? Insufficient resources to pay the unlock cost. Maybe that has to be in our actual storage. Wood. Okay, yeah, I need to get clothes at our storage. That'll probably be why. So let's collect some clothes there. Wait, common clothes? We already have that. Maybe they just haven't collected all. Honestly, I might have to get another storage building. Builder's granary. Let's get another warehouse, or we could just get another one of these. Add even more storage in here. Yeah, we could probably just put this back there. Let's build that up. And then we could add even more storage in here. Then I'd love to get some more workers even. Okay, if I edit this, I can add another warehouse maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let's kind of just leave that. Okay, we're finally getting some money. I can build that. So we can have our bakery, and then we need to build this stuff still. So we need a little bit of tools. So since we do need tools, I need to get tooling, honestly. If I don't get tooling, I'm going to drown in money. So I need to start producing that. So let's wait till we get 50 again, and then we can unlock tooling rather than just ordering tools again. Let's maybe refuse all of this stuff that's taking a lot of effort, because I'd like to start collecting some clothes instead. And I could probably get another thing for planks maybe, or maybe some stone, maybe some polished stone eventually, because I think I am going to get some polished stone pretty soon. Especially once I get our stonemason's hut, so we need $100. That would probably fix a lot of our issues. Got a couple of more workers here. How are we doing for housing? We could probably be doing a little bit better, but we definitely need a lot more area for our farm here. And I actually think a lot of these are just kind of overkill to consume this week. Yeah, I don't know if this is really doing much. I could get the workers back and then demolish those. Demolish those, and I'll keep this one. I'll probably just move it, actually. I can move that one right there. And I think that'll kind of help our upkeep. That probably helped. Let's see if it did. So resources. Oh no, budget, sorry. So expenses. Oh my gosh, it's gone down quite a bit. So upkeep has gone down quite a bit. I don't know why it's so much better, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're making some money finally. So now I think we can get one of these. So we could start producing some tools. We could get a stonemason. Okay, this is actually important because we need to decide. Let's go to here really quick. Once we unlock this, we can start selling some... Wait. No, we can already sell polished stone, so we don't even need to unlock this. I think getting a stonemason might be a good idea, but we also really need tools. So I think let's maybe get our tooling. And that is a whole other beast. So now we'll need a charcoal hut, which could go... I don't know where that needs to go. Oh, wow. We need... I guess I could probably put this over here. And that'll cost money. And then I'll also need to get resource production. So yeah, charcoal hut, iron smelter, and then a blacksmith to make tools. So I can get an iron smelter. Let's just put that right over here as well. Actually, maybe even right in the trees, kind of like that. That'll cost a lot of money, but we should be able to do that as well. And then we'll need a blacksmith, which we could probably put maybe even over, maybe there. That would kind of fit. Okay, we need about 120 coins to be able to get all that done. And that should help. That'll get us some tools. And that is definitely what we need right now. Actually, it says we have 16 tools. Why are we struggling so much for tools? Why aren't they building this? Resources missing. Let's get 3 workers. Honestly, this is probably why. We don't have enough building things. So let's get another builder's workshop. This could probably go maybe just over here. Let's build that. And we can get 3 more builders on there. I think that would probably help. And in fact, let's even get another one. The more, the merrier. Okay, let's do that. We still have a bunch of people available to do work. Let's maybe get another tailor. Probably do that. Oh. Is this advice progressing with the estates? Improve your manor house with weather vane. I don't think I want to do that. I'll kind of figure that out eventually. But we are making some money now. We need some light fortification. Beautification would be important. Paved roads. Yeah, we definitely need some money right now. We can get another monastery eventually, but right now we just need to focus on some other stuff. Okay, now we can actually unlock this if we want. So we should be able to sell some clothes and tools and fish. So that's most important. So now we go to our Where was that? No, non-taxation. Resources. So now we can actually sell fish. So that's actually amazing. Let's keep like maybe 100 fish at all times. So now we can sell some fish. We can also sell... What else was on there actually? Clothes we could sell, which we have quite a bit of those. And tools we'll eventually make as well. So that'll actually be good. Let's sell some clothes. So common clothes, we have 20. We can also sell those. Let's increase this to like 5 maybe. Just so we have enough for our villagers. And then we can start making some money with that. Okay, now that we actually have a decent amount of money, we'll kind of figure that out in a second. Let's go to here and let's get our stonemason's hut. And now we can start doing that. So let's go to our resource. Stonemason's hut. So this will produce 1 polished stone in exchange for 1 stone. That will be absolutely incredible. So let's get that right away. That can probably go right here. Let's go ahead and build that. Absolute highest priority. That is what we need to do. And then we can go to our selling resources. So where is our polished stone? Polished stones, we have none of that, but we will have some. So we can sell that. And we can maybe set that to like 30, just so we have a decent amount of that. Okay, that'll be perfect. And that'll really start to increase our money production. I'm excited for that. Hopefully they can build that up pretty fast. Yeah, they're already putting lots of stuff towards that. Okay, now we can get our charcoal hut. We can start producing some charcoal. Let's get that built up right away. And then I may have to import a little bit more tools. We have just built up quite a bit of stuff, and I realized that I had this enabled on our tools, whatever this is. So stockpile resource, that basically so they can't take from it, so that's not good. You definitely don't want that. So we can start building up some charcoal, and then I can start get this going, and then I can build my own tools eventually. Yeah, we can get this built up. Hopefully we have got some stuff there. Let's maybe import a little bit of tools. We will still need a little bit. So tools, let's import maybe like 10 of them, because I need to build up a couple of things, and then I can build that stuff. That'll also require tools. Okay, we are missing a crop, so let's get a farmer. Then I can paint in a nice crop here. I don't know how big of a location I need. Let's kind of just see if that's enough. Okay, there we go. We got somebody on there now. So they should be able to... This field is too large for the current amount of workers. Whoa, too large. I kind of like the sound of that, actually. Let's just do that. Let's see if that's adequately sized. Okay, let's go until it's just perfect here. Okay, that's adequately sized, so that should be good. I could even get another worker here eventually. Okay, I kind of love that. So we're producing wheat, and then we can get our windmill. But of course, we'll need some tools for that. Look at the money coming in now. This is so much better. I think the best thing I ever did was get rid of that monastery. Again, I can still get it later. Improving trade with Midal, I will see to it. So we can do that. And then loaning tools, we still don't have enough. That would gain 25 tools. Ugh. But we do have maybe a little bit of time. No, I don't think... I guess I could do that. And once I get enough, we can get some tools for that. So let's go ahead and do that. And it loaned us some tools. Oh, that's perfect. But we'll have to pay them back eventually. So we got to make sure we do that. They gave us enough tools. So we need to make sure we pay that back. But you know what we also could do? We could build these and then start making tools right away. And then use those tools to build that stuff. Okay, that's perfect. Somebody working on there yet? Okay, now we can get somebody on our windmill. See, it said we have villagers unemployed 5. I may have to free up a couple of workers here. Let's see if that'll work. That'll get somebody on our windmill, and then I think our bakery is still being built. Waiting for a builder, so let's maybe set that to higher variety or higher priority. I can't think sometimes. Who else could we free up? So we have one on there. We should have enough builders now. I'm gonna save that worker just for our bakery, and then we can start selling some bread. Okay, that's ready to go. Let's get somebody producing bread. And now we can get this. So reassign anyway. Yeah, we'll lose those resources, that's fine. So now we'll start producing bread, and that'll be refined food. So that will drastically improve our happiness, which will be amazing. I think we have everything we need. So we have our wheat farms. We'll eventually get some wheat for that. Okay, they've actually just kind of laid that down. That'll actually take a while to get all that. It'd be nice to have another worker, and then I could paint in some more. Who could we free up? Our sawmill. This is ready to go. Let's maybe take a couple of workers off here. I would like to get some more of this. That's too small still. Let's maybe paint in a little area just for that. Maybe even into here a little bit. Okay, so that's adequately sized now. So now we have 2 workers on there. We have somebody on here. They are missing wheat, which is fine. That's expected because we haven't grown any yet. There we go. We got some more people. Here comes our trader. Okay, now let's start saving some money to pay these guys back. And then we'll get some labor influence. I think we're finally starting to figure this game out. We got good prosperity. Okay, we need 50 to unlock all those. I could get butchering eventually, and that'll give us some meat. But yeah. Oh, actually, I wonder, I think our trade... Okay, we can sell meat actually, so that would be a perfect resource to be able to sell. So I feel like that would really help us out. Okay, there we go. We got some wheat coming up here. Look at it all. Oh, that's epic. I wonder how long that'll take to grow. Probably quite a long time. We got a little thing here. Let's see. Offering bread for your herbs. And, oh, interesting. So, accumulate... How do we not have any herbs? Accumulate 25 berries and 10 herbs inside your storage for bread and... Yeah, I gotta be able to do that. Let's figure out our herbs. So, Builder's Workshop. Where is our little herb garden? Okay, right here. Oh, herbalist. Waiting for workers. How do we... Best suited to brother and sister. So we might actually need a monastery. I guess we could do that. So I will actually need to get a monastery, if that's gonna happen. So monk dorms. I'd like to get just get a small little wooden one maybe. Doesn't have to be super fancy. We could probably build this literally right there. And then I'll need a little doorway for that. Just keep it simple, like honestly. Let's build up that. And then we should be able to get somebody on here and collect those herbs. I'd love to get that bread. And our clergy influence. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer to that. Looks like we are. Yeah, Midel bought 25 clothes for $50. Look at that. Oh, that gets me hyped. Okay, let's get some more workers here. I don't think we've produced any bread yet. Let's see. Yeah, no food. Haven't got any grapes. Meat we will get eventually. That's awesome. Villagers. Yeah, it'll be nice to get that bread. Oh, look at our wheat coming up. Oh, they're harvesting. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, we're gonna get some wheat now. Let's see. wheat. Oh, actually, where's our storage? We need to assign them to collect some stuff here. Actually, it might be our granary. So let's do this. We need to do bread, first of all. And wheat. Are you sure you want to change the resource? This will be lost unless it's transported somewhere else first. Oh, see, that's just not good. It might have to come over. Okay, actually, this makes a lot more sense. Don't waste any more. So we can get wheat to there. What else? We could get herbs once we eventually get those, and then meat. Might as well put that on there. Then everything else is doing pretty good. Could get some beer eventually. Okay, we got some wheat for that. So now we should have some of that. We got 31 wheat. Look at that. So now we need somebody here to turn it into flour. Do we have any flour yet? They should be working on that pretty soon. Let's maybe get another miller to take care of that. Okay, that should work, and then we can get some bread eventually. Let's maybe set this up right now. So yeah, we can sell... I don't know if we can sell bread, can we? We just needed to make bread. Yeah, we didn't need to make bread, but we do need to make some stone. So we should be making some pretty good money now. Are we making tools right now? We should be. Are they still building? I think we're still working on all these buildings. That's under construction. Yeah, we need tools for that. We need polished stone for that. Are we polishing stone? Where the heck did that go? Right here. So we need to build this thing up right away. So we need some more tools. Let's see and make sure are we importing tools? I think we should be. Let's maybe set that to even 15. Okay, so they sold us some tools, so that's perfect. That should allow us to build this. Please, we need 2 more tools there. Okay, let's see. Are we producing bread yet? Look at that, we got bread. Woohoo! We're selling bread, that's awesome. So first bakery. That is very exciting. So we're now producing bread. And that'll basically just be an infinite amount. I don't know if I need 2 workers on here. I could probably free 1 up. I feel like we're doing pretty alright. Okay, we have this ready to go. So this is our little vegetable garden. We also need brothers and sisters for this, but we can paint in a little, maybe a little crop maybe in here. I don't know. We need to wait and see. We need to build up this, which we have. Okay, how do I get them on here? Waiting for workers. Yeah, I think I figured this out. So we finally have our monastery. I needed to actually have it in the zone. So you got to click on this and actually edit it from this. So you have to add a sub building, and now we can get our vegetable garden. We could put that right. It would kind of just enter in through there. Let's build that. And then once that's built, just like this little thing. And now I think we can add them. See, now they automatically go there, and now they're picking herbs. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, they're producing some resources for us. They're getting some herbs finally. We did miss that fight, like just barely. But I think we will be ready for the next time around. So we're finally getting some herbs. And I think our granary is collecting some herbs. Yeah, there we go. They're going to collect some of that. Getting some wheat. So we're producing some bread now. Let's see. Yeah, we got bread down here. That is absolutely incredible. Okay. Now, we have enough money, so I think we can pay that. And we even got a little stuff for that. So we paid back our loan for our tools. And now we are basically just waiting. So we got our charcoal hut. Let's get a worker on there, producing some charcoal. What's this? Our stone cutter camp? Yeah, I guess we may as well get some stone. And then we also have our blacksmith here. That's waiting for construction. We are just missing some polished stone, which I think is the same case over here. We're just missing a little bit of polished stone. But no need to fret. We are making some polished stone here. It's just a very slow process, unfortunately. So honestly, getting another one might be kind of nice. Should we get a stonemason's hut? Honestly, that probably would be pretty ideal. Let's maybe get one even right across from our warehouse or something. I could probably put it maybe just back here. Let's get another one of those built. Let's set that to highest priority. And then we can finally make our own tools once we get this stuff up and running. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a slow process right now. That is fine. Okay, this is ready to go. We just need to paint in our crop area. So that's too small. Let's see how much. Adequately sized. Okay, that's perfect. Now they can start getting some vegetables. Now, we need to make sure we are collecting vegetables. So let's put vegetables on here. There we go. We get that, and then we could probably start selling some of this stuff. So we're selling lots of berries. This is our bread. This could be vegetables. Just have a little bit of, yeah, let's reassign anyway. We got tons of berries, we can afford to sell them. Okay, that'll be good. Come on, are we building this up? Getting a little bit closer. Oh, we need one more. Getting very, very close. Okay, this is built up. Let's get a worker on there so we can start producing some even faster here. Advice, trading herbs. So, I think we already got that. So yeah, I'll probably just work on that by myself. As far as some trading thing, we already paid that back. So now we can get maybe some decorations. Let's maybe get butchering, actually. So that unlocked a couple of buildings for us. We can paint this in, oh, for hunting. That's pretty cool, actually. So, oh, wow. We have hunting literally everywhere else except for our own region. So we may have to unlock an entire region just to get hunting, which would be fine, honestly. It would. We could unlock maybe this one. That'll cost 100, so we could wait to get that. But in the meantime, we can get food production, so hunter's hut and a butchery. So we can get a butchery right away. We've kind of built up a lot of buildings up that. So let's maybe get a butchery right. Maybe kind of tucked in here. Could probably, yeah, let's kind of just do that. Let's build that up. Increase the priority. Get a couple more workers here. Let's maybe make some more bread. So how are we doing? I could get some more wheat. What do we think? I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of space to work with here. So yeah, they're still getting some wheat for us. Producing lots of bread. Honestly, I need a region just for like farming and hunting. I feel like that would be pretty good. Where is our... I could probably get another worker on here, maybe. Well, I guess we don't really have any. Happiness is better. We have a little bit of refined food now. They still don't love our taxes, but I don't know. Let's see if we could adjust that. We're making pretty good money. And we just bought some more tools, so honestly, that should get us there. They're finally building this. So that is awesome. Let's set that priority higher. Okay. And then we're also building that, so yeah, we're missing some stone for that. I think we could probably stop importing tools. Let's set that to 0. Or just turn the import off, I guess. Also works. What else can we sell? So we can sell all of this stuff. We don't really have any of this. We had a couple of manuscripts. Meat. We were definitely going to be selling some meat pretty soon. So let's maybe set that to like 15. Once we get another region. Cheese would also be good to sell. Oh, herbs we can sell now. Look at that. Oh, let's keep like 5. Let's just sell the rest. And that'll give us some more. Jewelry would be amazing to sell, obviously. You probably just imagine how much that would give ya. Okay, we need best suited for commoners. Who do we have? Like, we got serfs, we had no, basically any novices. Who could we free up here? These are all citizens. Yeah, they're making lots of clothes. I could probably just take one off of there and put one on there, maybe? No, we don't even need anybody on there right now. We don't even have any meat. What am I thinking? Okay, we have this ready to go, so we can get a worker on that. Our blacksmith to make the tools, and we have some charcoal here. We're basically just waiting for our iron smelter to be done. Let's set that to high priority. And honestly, let's just get another stone camp. What are we waiting for here? Let's get another stonemasons camp, and this could probably even go up here. Let's build that. And honestly, as many of them as we can get, the better, because they just take so long to make it all. Let's maybe get another one there. Okay, there you go. Everything's been delivered. Let's get somebody on here once that is done. Okay, perfect. That's ready to go. We need to maybe free up one worker somewhere. Who could be free up? Maybe one of these guys? Actually, they're pretty important. We could free up... What's this saying? Oh, I can actually do that. Yay. Confirm that. Can we get some bread and some other good stuff? Who could we free up? Tailor workshop. We could probably just do that for now. Get somebody on there. Okay, hopefully more people move in. We could probably get some more houses too, couldn't we? Let's maybe paint in some more residential. Let's just paint in all of this. Let's turn that into residential. They can still kind of do all that, which is fine. Yeah, we'll just get some more houses built in there. That will probably help. We have a couple of more families moving in. Look at that. So now we could probably get them back on there and a couple of other buildings. Look at our little vegetable gardens here. How awesome is that? So if we wanted more workers for our vegetable gardens, see, they're doing herbs and they're doing vegetables. So if we wanted more, we'd have to get another dorm, which we could do. We definitely could do that. We got a little workshop here. Let's maybe get another worker doing that. Then we can kind of build some more stuff. How much charcoal do we have? Do we know that? Oh, hardly any. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to... I guess, what do they do? So cut trees and produces 1 charcoal. Interesting. So they need some more trees nearby, probably. That's probably why they're kind of struggling. Just because it's kind of far away. Do we want to maybe move this building closer to some trees? I could maybe move it a little bit closer over here. Honestly, why not? Let's put it a little bit closer here. That would probably really help things. And we have 100 here, so let's maybe buy another region. Let's maybe go with this one. Now there should be a lot of... Let's maybe go to production here so we can get a hunter's camp now. And we can put that right in there. So we can build that up, and then yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we can get somebody on here eventually if somebody moves in. Here comes a couple more people. Actually, 4 more. Look at that. Lots of people moving in. Yeah, we can definitely find homes for you. So we get our butcher set up, and then our little hunting camp here. Just need a couple of tools for that. Let's see. Advice: increase housing density. It wants me to get some more housing, which is fair. Okay, we actually got some pretty good money now. Okay, this is finally ready to go. Iron smelter, and then this, I think they are just building up. Just gotta take some stuff. Of course, we need one more tool to do that. Okay, so I may have to import another tool. Literally need one more tool. Let's just get one tool. Let's buy that. I guess we can do like 5 just to make sure we have enough in case they use it for something else. But then that'll be nice. We can produce our own tools after that. Get a worker on both of those. Now we could probably even unlock a couple other things. We could get extended village edict. So unlocks an edict slot for your village. I don't know where that even exists. We can also get lots of little decorations. I think that would probably help with a lot of things. So we got some trees that we can put in here. Where is all of that? Look at this. Little fences, some rose bushes. Look at this. They're gonna love this. This costs a lot of money. We can kind of decorate in here. Oh my gosh, 20? I can't even afford that. So you might have to wait to do that, I guess. That is very, very expensive. So yeah, we need to take a look at that. So mandates, we could do a mandate. And that'll literally just give me money. Sure, why not? Promote villagers. We could promote some people to higher status. Could promote all of them. So serf and then commoners. Oh, that makes sense. Let's call off promotions. I don't want to promote anybody quite yet. Let's take a look at this. So there was like a, yeah, edicts. That's exactly what I want. So these are kind of like declarations. So contractual wage. Decrease the cost of every mandate by 50%. That is amazing. Stonework promotion. Yields of stone, iron, gold, or marble are increased by 100%. Yields of berries, those are all decreased. Sturdy material, upkeep of productions are decreased. This would actually be nice, but I think I might want to get this for our mandates. So let's get that edict in place. I think that'll be good for us. And now we finally have some good money. So I think if I made people a little bit happier, I could probably get some... Actually, they kind of require... Yeah, beautification area. Paved road. How the heck do you get a paved road? Is that a thing? Whoa, where would that even be? We have everything here. Oh, I don't even know. That is a mystery. So let's get a couple little beautification things here. So we could get like a wooden torch stand. Maybe some lanterns. That'd be kind of cool. Over here maybe. Yeah, let's go ahead and build that. Maybe a couple of lanterns. This would be sweet. This would actually be really sweet. I don't know where to put it though. Maybe kind of just as you enter in through here. That's going to cost quite a bit. That's making people a lot happier. Commoner resident. We could get some more commoners. Maybe some nice little plotted. So this kind of shows our beautification for everything. So if I got some more beautification over here, that would make these people a lot happier. Let's get one there. And maybe a tree. Kind of right there, maybe. What else could we get? A pruned hedge. We got some people living over here, so we could get some of that stuff. And then lots of people over here. I could probably add some of this. And if you get it closer, it kind of maximizes it a little bit. Oh, that actually just got rid of the entire house. Okay, so they should build that up. Yeah, there they go. That's what that means. Okay. Don't do that again. Let's just get some nice flowers. Maybe some nice little potted things. Just to make people nice and happy. These trees cost so much money, but honestly, they are kind of nice. So I could probably have a tree maybe right there. Some nice planted trees. Okay, that should make people a little bit happier. Now I need paved roads. Housing density. Residence area. I wonder if we got some kingdom stuff. Like I could get this. And what does that give us? A new building, like a tower? I'd love to get all this stuff. So we don't have any splendor. Kingdom splendor is earned from the most impressive buildings of the kingdom estate. So we need to buy some kingdom buildings, which are administration. We could get a castle. And this is where it gets kind of crazy. We could build a castle. In fact, I'd kind of like to build a castle maybe right over here. I feel like that would be a perfect location for our castle. So let's unlock this area. Then I'm going to get a castle going here. So castle keep. This is so cool. So we can get, what is this? A wooden keep. We also have some watchtowers, wooden quarters. We can go pretty crazy with this stuff. I guess I'd like to maybe have this like right on top of the hill like that. So that's kind of our castle keep, and then I could add a couple of towers maybe. What about like walls? We don't have a whole lot of stuff for walls. What else do we need? Training, and we need interior access. So this you'll need for some training. So I guess we could do that. We could get that for our training. And interior access, we also need a little access point for this. So we could probably have like something cooler. Maybe like that. I feel like that's pretty cool. And then we also need some training. So place a required number of parts categorized as training. So let's go to training. Okay, we got these little straw things. This is actually so cool. So you can do that. They can shoot into that. A couple of little target areas. I could probably get a couple of these. Kind of like that. So that gives us some training. We can go ahead and build that. Then we could add on to that eventually. That'll start giving us some kingdom splendor. We got a couple other little things here. So let's build a castle. Castle keep. Build a castle that has a barracks. Form a castle company. Yeah, let's actually do that. What would that do? I have agreed to learn how edicts work by enacting one in an unlocked slot. So let's go back to here. So careful planning it wants me to get instead. I don't know if I can take these edicts off, so I might have to wait for another slot. Yeah, unfortunately I will have to, so let's get rid of that. Build a castle that has a castle keep and a barracks. Which I guess we could edit this now. Keep. Chimney. We need a barracks. So let's just go to everything here. Company rally. This is so cool. A bow rack, spear rack. This is sick. And then lots of decorative things. So let's maybe get a barracks. Build a castle that has a barracks. So look at this. We can actually add a couple of these things, and this will actually give us some splendor. So we can add this maybe here, maybe right in the middle. We can apply that. We can also get some other things. Maybe one over there. And then these little things we can add. So this will actually give us Yeah, I can kind of do that. And then I may be able to move these around, kind of just like that. Oh, that is epic. So I can build that. That'll give us some more splendor. And then lots of these little things we can get, like a bow rack. Obviously, we'll need a bow rack, so let's put one right in the middle so they can grab their bow, start shooting. Spear rack we can get, so let's put one there. Sword rack. Maybe even get one of those kind of just off to the side like that. Campfire, spit. Probably want to get one of those, maybe even kind of in the middle here. And then a cooking thing here. And maybe a wooden gate for people to come in. And then I might have to get some castle walls here. I don't have anything yet. A wattled fence. That's basically all I got there at. Yeah, we can get some like tables. This is actually sick. Let's maybe get a table in here. A little bit of flowers, maybe a tree. Probably get a tree maybe back there. This is so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna apply that. Hopefully they can build that up pretty quick. That'll definitely take a lot of stuff. So we need bows, spears, and swords to be able to build all this. And a boar, some iron. And everything else we should be able to take care of. So I'm going to start working on that. Have we produced any tools yet? So they're still making this thing. Oh man, waiting for workers. Let's actually turn this off of high priority. Because I want them to focus on... Whoa, army? Yo, company list. We can't get any yet. Battle history mission. So how do we make swords? That's my question. That is the question I have. So we'll probably need like our blacksmith to make something. Or I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to our blacksmith. Or that's our iron smelter. Here's our blacksmith. Okay, we got more charcoal. Somehow. I don't even know how, but they're still working, I guess. Polished stone. Yeah, we're selling all that. Let's maybe see. I think it might be in here. So if we get sword warfare, we'll unlock a sword encampments and swordsmith. So that's what we need. And we definitely need some more kingdom splendor for that. We also need to get somebody on here. We got nobody hunting right now. So let's get some meat coming in. I think that'll probably help. And then we also have our butcher here. They're ready to go. A couple more people that want to join our town. Okay. We're selling bread. I need to sell some meat. That's common clothes. Village markets for some vegetables. So let's get another stall. Just for our meat. So let's go ahead and build that up. We'll need, I guess, yeah, just wood to do that, which is nice. Okay, we finally have this ready to go. So they're making charcoal. This is the iron smelter. So we need iron ore. Interesting. How do we get iron ore? So let's go to building here. Charcoal hut produces charcoal. Iron smelter produces 1 iron in exchange for 2 charcoal and iron ore. And then our blacksmith. Oh, an iron mining camp. Okay, that makes sense. So this we can just get anywhere. So we'll probably need 1 there. And I might even get another one. Just right off of that. Now let's get those built up ASA possible. So we'll need some tools for that as well. A little bit of cloth. That is no issue. Let's see if there's more trading opportunities for us for some trade routes. I don't think there will be. There's a little bit of bread here, so we could be able to sell some boars. And bread. There's nothing else we can really get. Okay, this is open and we just got somebody moving in. Let's open that up. Now let's start selling meat at that one. because we'll probably start producing meat. What's this? A noble duty. Oh, nice. Gains. Ooh. Spears? Okay. We need to get some people over here, so let's add a company. Guardsmen. We can add a few soldiers here, so this is open and ready to go. So that improves happiness, so that'll give us some more guardsmen. And then I think, let's see. Yeah, we still can't. Spearmaker's hut, spear encampment. So we definitely need to get this. Okay, there we go. We are starting our training journey here. Okay, we have our army here. Strategic patrol. Sign any company type. Company list. This is confusing. Okay, we can assign them, deploy that company for strategic patrol. Okay, off they go. They're gonna go do some patrol. And I think that should make people even happier here. So now we should have patrol. Maybe? Yeah, they're kind of just patrolling everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave that video off here. We have built what I believe is a beautiful little town here. I'm quite proud of it. Honestly, get this game. I'm absolutely in love with it. You will see a lot more foundation for me in the future, provided you give me enough likes for the next video. So again, let's get that one to 500 likes to lock that video. Definitely get this game. There'll be a link in the description if you want to get that. I think just on Steam or maybe their little product page, but I think that should be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.